touch of magic in the air. I can feel you next to me. Come sit by me at this chair. Come sit by me at this chair. Oh, the light is burning low, but I'll not close the door. Oh, my friend, I've missed you so, yet it's Halloween once more. Yes, it's Halloween once more. Oh, ghosts come home again, but no, I won't fear. I'll welcome you in, my friend. I'm so pleased to have you near me. I'm so pleased to have you near me. Old friends and our ancestors may their souls return to us yet. Brothers and sisters from far away, and grandfathers I never met. Grandfathers I never met. I can see you, I know you're there, in the flickering candlelight. I'll leave a space for you, an empty chair, this Halloween and every night. This Halloween and every night. Hello! Happy Halloween to us all. I know it's a week away yet, but still. I hope you can all hear me okay. As we all discovered from the last live stream, there was some serious technical issues. Not to mention the cat just destroying everything as well. My usual audio interface thing that I plug all my equipment into and it goes through the computer, it just doesn't work. It's I went to record some music the other day and I could hear in the headphones that it was crackling and buzzing, and so it's an actual problem with the interface itself. So I've had to use a different setup today, and I did go through an extensive testing process to make sure that everything was working and at the right volumes. But it seems that when I click one thing and then click another thing, it decides to change all my settings. So fingers crossed that everything's working today for a change. Otherwise, I'm just going to blame it on ghosts or something, because I don't know. Okay. You're too far away from me, so I cannot see. Knocking things over. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hello, Mum. And hello, Celia. And hello to everyone who's watching. Thank you all so much for joining in. Speaking of cats, what have I done with Marilyn? It is far too early in the day for Marilyn. So she is in bed. She only comes out at night. Which is why she has not made an appearance for a long time. because this time of day is just far too early for her. She does get up. To be fair, she's an early bird. She will wake up at like 6 a.m. bright and early, to try and wake me up for breakfast. But then as soon as she's had her breakfast, and I don't feed her at that time, Jack feeds her at that time, but she insists on trying to wake me up anyway. And then once she's had her breakfast, she will sleep again until like 6 p.m. So that's all she does. I wish I had her life, to be honest. Let me know what you're all up to today. I have a nice, cozy day of just singing some nice Halloween spooky songs, and maybe do a wee bit of writing later on as well. So today I'm just going to be playing, almost every Irish song ends badly anyway, or has some sadness to it. But I'll be playing some of my more favourite ones. So I'll start with Molly Malone, which starts off happy enough, but then ends not so happy. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. And she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before. And they each wheeled their barrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Yeah, unfortunately, most women in Irish songs meet a fairly grisly end. Yeah. But let me know if you have any favorite Irish songs that you would like to hear. Celia, going to the church to record some singing later today. Oh, fantastic. Well, hopefully you're going to be sharing that on Instagram, because I would love to hear it. And Alana's here, but is Alana listening? Is that what you're saying? Alana is working today. If she's listening, then hello, Alana. Busy making some Halloween treats. I did make some blondies, and I added some cinnamon to them and everything to make them nice. And the first time I made them, I actually made a mistake in the recipe and used the wrong ingredients, but they turned out brilliant. They were fantastic. They were really good. And then the second time around, I made them following the ingredients properly in the recipe, but thinking that they would turn out way better, but they didn't. They turned out way worse. So I prefer my method of cooking, which is just stick whatever ingredients in. I feel like it's better. Okay, so this is another Irish song that ends kind of badly for the woman, always seems to be. Depends how you interpret this song. But I believe that the story of the song is that it's two people that are supposed to be married, but I think that they're the families don't agree with each other or something, I'm not sure, or one of the families doesn't agree, and the woman dies before they ever get to be married. So, cheery. My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me as she moved through the fair, and fondly I watched her move here and move there, and then she went onward with one star awake, as the sun in the evening moves over the lake. Last night she came to me, she came softly in, so softly she came that her feet made no din, and she laid her hand on me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. I believe there is a fourth verse to that comes between the second and the third verse, or the final verse anyway, that I think explains the story a bit more, but it wasn't originally written to be part of the song, so I always leave it out because, actually, well, for one, I don't know what the words are, and I just never learned them. So because it's like, I think that's what happened, is that they were sort of added in later. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so let me know if you have plans for Halloween. We always have our family party that I hope you've got your costume sorted for it, Mum. And let me know if Halloween is even, I don't know, is Halloween celebrated in every country? I feel like it is. I know in Ireland where it's supposed to be called the Samhain, which I forgot to kind of explain. The first song that I sang was a song that doesn't really have a title. I sort of call it All Hallows Eve, but never really had a title. But it's kind of like, yeah, I always get people who say all the time that they're like, oh, hello Tamir, thank you for joining in. People say all the time that I don't know, that Halloween is, I don't know, creepy or it's evil or something, which I don't believe. I think traditionally the reason why we celebrate Halloween is that it's like when the veil between our world and the other world is at its thinnest, so spirits can pass through. But I don't see that in like an evil way, more like a nice way, like they're visiting, you know? Which I think is like in Mexico, isn't it, where they celebrate the Day of the Dead. And I think it's more of a celebration that the spirits are visiting rather than it being a scary thing that the spirits are visiting. So the song at the start there was about like welcoming the ghosts in, because they're just friends and ancestors coming back to visit, and I think that's a nice idea than it being scary. It's not scary. It depends how much our ancestors liked you, I suppose. I'm going to throw this song in as well, just simply because it's set in November, and there's ghosts mentioned in it, so close enough. Close enough. On Raglan road of an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way. And I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worth of passion play. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I'm not making clay. Oh, I love too much, and by such is happiness thrown away. On a quiet street where old ghosts meet, I see her walking now, away from me so hurriedly, my reason must allow that I have loved not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos all the clay, he'll lose his wings at the dawn of the day. I think it's suitably spooky enough for today. Hello, Daddy. Thank you for joining in. We figured out how to get the comments up. So I love playing that one on the whistle. Yeah, it's a lovely tune, isn't it? I do believe I've been rather naughty because I don't believe that one is in the public domain. But we'll leave it there anyway. A little naughty of me to throw that one in today, because I breaking my rule of only ever playing non-copyrighted music. But anyway, it's fine just this once. So I have a Scottish song that I would like to sing. I love this song. This one I heard from Hannah Rarity singing it. If you don't know Hannah Rarity, definitely look her up. She's a fantastic traditional folk singer. She sings in Scotland, and but like a lot of her music almost has like a real jazzy edge to it as well. She's very cool. And so this is where I first heard this song, Alison Cross, which is about an ugly witch. She casts a spell upon a man who refuses to be her lover. It's very cool. Alison Cross lives in yon tower, the ugliest witch in the north country. She's trysted me hate till her power, and money is the braw speech she made tame me. She showed me a mantle of red scarlet, we rocked, we gowed, and fringes fine. Says, "Can you be my leman and say true? This goodly gift it shall be thine." Oh, oh, ye ugly witch, hard far awa', and let me be. I thought I'll kiss your ugly moo, I'd rather toddle round the tree. She showed me a sark o' the softest silk, we rocked we pearls aboon the band. Says, "Can you be my leman, say true? This goodly gift's at your command." She stitched in it her grass green horn, she blew it 3 times loud and shrill. She swore by the moon and the stars aboon, she garred me through the day I ever was born. Oh, oh, ye ugly witch, hard far awa', and let me be. Afore I'll kiss your ugly moo, I'd rather toddle round the tree. And she's ta'en it her silvery wand, she striked it 3 times o'er her knee. She muttered sick words as my senses failed, I fell down senseless to the ground. Oh, oh, ye ugly witch, hard far awa', let me be. Afore I'll kiss your ugly moo, I'd rather toddle round the tree. It fell upon last Halloween, when the silly court came riding by. This queen licked it down on a gowanny bank, nae far fae the tree where I did lie. And she's ta'en it her silvery wand, struck it 3 times o'er her knee. She turned me back to my proper shape, nae mair to toddle round the tree. Oh, oh, ye ugly witch, hard far awa', and let me be. Afore I'll kiss your ugly moo, I'd rather toddle round the tree. Oh, oh, ye ugly witch, hard far awa', and let me be. Afore I'll kiss your ugly moo, I'd rather toddle round the tree. It's a cool song. If you couldn't quite make out some of the, because I've only just really discovered what half of these words are from reading them, rather than hearing them. But yes, so the witch Alison Cross wants this man to be her lover, and she promises him all these things, gifts and stuff. And the man says, "Away, away, you ugly witch, away far, and let me be. And before I would kiss you, I'd rather toddle around the tree." I don't really know what that means. I think it means like would rather be I'm like a weed or I don't know. I'm picturing in The Little Mermaid when the sea witch turns everyone into seaweed. That's what I'm picturing. Yeah, he keeps saying away, away with you. And so then the witch brings out her silvery wand and she strikes it 3 times, and she turns him into whatever it is that she turns him into. And this happened last Halloween, and then the queen witch comes over and she turns him back into the proper shape. So it has a happy ending, but not for the witch, I suppose. But I highly recommend looking up Hannah Rarity's version. My crow doesn't have a name. Never had a name, so you can feel free to name the crow. And with all the spiders everywhere, no, Jack is definitely not a fan. Not a fan of my decorations, put it that way. For this week, for my students, I had organized like a little Harry Potter kind of activity for them, and like kind of like an escape room kind of thing, but it was sort of Harry Potter themed, and it was fun. But in the schools that I teach in, I'd kind of set up the rooms. I decorated. I brought like little fake candles, obviously no fire in schools, little fake candles and pumpkins and fairy lights and everything, and had all the lights off, and I had many jealous teachers that wanted to be teaching in my room that week. I was like, yeah, I like to make things cozy. I like my decorations. What you see behind me is like merely half of my decorations. It takes me 3 hours to decorate for Halloween. It takes me a long time. But I do enjoy it. I think it's fun. But no, Jack is not a fan, so he only lets me decorate one room. Although I have snuck into like the hallway and another room with a few decorations, but he hasn't mentioned it yet, so I think we can get away with it. All right, so from one witch to some more witches, I'm going to play the song that I wrote last year, which was inspired by the story of the last witch trial in Ireland, which took place right here in Magee. I mean, not something that we should technically be like proud of, but it's an interesting story. It's a fascinating story that happened with that witch trial. I really recommend giving it a Google and looking at the full story, because it is also pretty well documented for something that happened in 1711. But the whole trial is kind of documented, and this guy, whose name I forgot, he was like, I forget what he was doing, but he was kind of researching the whole thing, and he wrote this like book on it, basically, like at the time. And there's also quite a few like journals and things like that. So it is all very well documented from people at the time of what happened with these, with the story of these women and one man who were convicted of being witches in Magee. And yeah, very interesting story. The usual kind of story of that there's a woman who's jealous, or she just doesn't like the other women in the town, and she turns everybody in the village against each other, which is kind of how it always goes, isn't it? So, also in Magee, we have a ton of crows, like literally a ton of crows. I don't know if you can hear them they sit on top of my chimney and they caw down the chimney at me. There is so many of them around. And I also only recently discovered that that crows can like talk, kind of like parrots can. They mimic, which I only recently discovered when I had a crow that was mimicking the sound of Frankie when he was a puppy. I kid you not. I could hear him like barking, and I used to always constantly like go into the kitchen or in the living room to see where he was, and he'd be fast asleep. But the big crow on my chimney, who could obviously hear Frankie barking and was like mimicking the sound, it was really weird. So anyway, I have this theory that crows listen to us, and that's how rumors are spread, is because crows are like whispering to each other. So that's the inspiration of the song, which is called The Crows, and I'm going to do my best to remember the words. Gossiping of the crows, whispers riding upon the wind. They know which way the moon blows, they know which way the moon goes. In their conversations, a lie or two slips in, so no one knows what's true or false, and no one questions it. They carry stories far across the seas, unfaithful wives, thieving callings. God only knows, God only knows. Or maybe he's just been listening to the gossip from the crows. It's the same story since 1711. Innocent sent to hell by guilty hands from heaven. What happened to those women, long forgotten? Was their only sin that they didn't win? That they didn't win. Beautiful stranger comes riding in from town. No one really knows her, but she's cursing the people down. God's on her side, but the devil's in her eyes. And no one really knows, but they heard it from the crows. Beautiful stranger, she feels it when they stare. The faults they find over splitting hairs. Dangerous witch, she'll make them pay when all the stones are thrown on Judgment Day. It's the same story since 1711. Innocent sent to hell by guilty hands from heaven. What happened to those women, long forgotten? Was their only sin that they didn't win? That they didn't win. That they didn't win. Only forgot a few of the words. Only a few words gone from my brain. I was doing this last night, was practicing, and was trying to remember everything, and Jack was going, what are you doing? And I was saying, I was trying to remember songs, and he was like, what songs? And I was like, the songs that I wrote. And he was like, shouldn't that be easy? No, I need to learn to write things down. I'm getting better. The last couple of songs I've written, I did write them down. But I'll work on it. Ravens and wolves hunt and play together in the wild. Wouldn't be surprised if the crow was friends with your dog. I wouldn't be surprised either if I thought Frankie had any friends. Unfortunately, I don't think Frankie makes friends with people, very animal nor beast. Yeah, I don't think he's friends with anyone. He does try to make friends, but not very successfully. But hello, Jonathan. Thank you for joining in. It's the first time I've seen your name pop up, so hello. There's a crow on YouTube that grew up with chickens and clicks and crows like a rooster. Yeah, I've even seen on TikTok people like teaching crows like to say hello and stuff, and it's kind of creepy because like they don't sound like parrots, because you know like the way a parrot would be like hello. It's like the crow just opens its mouth and it's like hello, and it sounds like a human, and it's, I don't know, unsettling. I'm not a fan. Do you find it a little creepy, to say the least? Ooh, I've nearly knocked everything over. Yeah, I was rewatching that video though of the crows from last year, and I was like, it's a video that's, so there's some videos that I'm like, yeah, it was okay, but that video I'm like, yeah, that one turned out pretty well. I like that one. Sometimes I think maybe just need to like not watch my videos for a while, and then when I walk back to them I'm like, yeah, it's not as, it's fine, it's okay. Sometimes I don't like the videos, but when I come, or even like songs, sometimes I really don't like the songs, and then I listen to them again a couple of months later and I'm like, it's okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. So this song is called Autumn. Changes on the wind, breathe and let the new one in. Time is at your door. That old friend wants to show you more. His hair is faded red. All his friends are dead. Take a walk with him. Close that chapter now, a new one's about to begin. The year has gone, time to move on, don't look back. Leave all behind, put it out of your mind, make tracks. Change is beautiful, truthful and hopeful, but cruel. But don't be fearful, don't be blue. It's just time making room for the new. Walk a little further down the road. Time likes to take it slow. Feel the warmth of his hand on your shoulder. With every step you grow wiser, you grow older. The year has gone, time to move on, don't look back. Leave all behind, put it out of your mind, make tracks. The year has gone, time to move on, don't look back. Leave all behind, put it out of your mind, make tracks. Definitely love this time of year for all the trees, all the leaves and changing and everything, and it's like all the leaves haven't completely changed yet, so it's like you kind of get like a half green, half orange. I really like it. The trees near our house, though, decided to all shed their leaves all at once and to shed them directly onto our doorstep. No one else's doorstep, just ours. But it's giving it that nice autumnal feel. which is nice enough. Okay, the next one I have to play was a request for Michael, who said he couldn't join in today, but he would definitely listen to the replay, and he wanted to hear I'll Remember You. So this one is a request for Michael. Follow the path through the twisting wood. There you'll find where my lover stood, on the grass down by the lakeside, in the beauty of the daylight, where the gulls and the wild swans meet, where the sweet earth kissed our feet. I'll remember you this day. This kind of beauty never fades. Follow the steps down through the island. There you'll find where my love did stand, in the garden under the fir tree. There he was waiting for me. There we sat in our stony bower, lined with gems and bluebell flowers. I'll remember you this day. This kind of beauty never fades. Follow the seabirds flying to the bay. There you'll find where my lover lay, on the dunes in the dazzling heat, lulled by the singing of the sea breeze. Then the sun paused in the sky, just to watch two lovers lie. I'll remember you this day. This kind of beauty never fades. Follow the seas. Follow the road on through the island. There you'll find where my love did stand, in the garden under the fir tree. There he was waiting for me, and we stayed there for a while, and the sky, it seemed to smile. I'll remember you this day. This got distracted in that song because I was thinking about how Kate Bush today has released a new music video. Kate Bush never releases anything. So, yeah, I saw that she'd released a music video for her song Snowflake, that like her son sings it. And she released a little video, but with a little shrew. It's very cute. Although the story behind it is quite sad and everything, but you should look it up. katebush.com. Little pops right up. I got distracted thinking about that. But I think you can excuse me being distracted thinking about Kate Bush. And I know that the comments don't always show later, so Mum says hello to you, Michael. If the comment will pop up. There we go. Hello to Michael, who's watching in the future. So, back to more traditional songs that are a bit more sad. Well, I interpret this one as being sad anyway. It's in the third verse, second verse, third verse, second verse. There's only two verses. Yeah, I always interpret this song as the person being in love with someone who is dead. I don't know why, but maybe I read that somewhere, or maybe I just made that up. But just the way the words are, it makes you think of that this person is probably dead that they're singing about. Anyway. Black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like the roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands, and I love the ground whereon she stands. I love my love, and well she knows. I love the grass whereon she goes. I wish the day it soon would come when she and I could be as one. For black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like the roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands, and I love the ground whereon she stands. I go to the Clyde, and I mourn and weep, for satisfied I ne'er can be. I wrote her a letter, just a few short lines, and suffered death 1,000 times. For black is the color of my Sounds spooky enough anyway. But I don't know. Interpret it as you will. I've run out of traditional songs to play, but I will play 2 more songs that are 2 songs that I've written. So the next one is In the Quiet, and this is the video that I put out last Friday, the video that I filmed in Ballyboley Forest, which is Northern Ireland's most haunted forest, if not Ireland's most haunted forest. I'm not sure. I think it was Northern Ireland's most haunted forest. Because apparently people go missing in the forest if you go too deep, and it's because there's believed to be druids there. I think it's also the place of like an old slaughterhouse as well or something, and supposedly you can hear like animals at night or something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't look too much into that. But yeah, it's supposed to be a place of druids anyway, and if you go into the forest too far, supposedly you'll see like hooded figures and you can go missing, kind of like an Outlander kind of thing. But anyway, I went along, took Frankie with me for protection, and so yeah, whenever we're in the forest together, we're the scary things in the forest, because if you came across me and Frankie around a dark corner, yeah, you might go missing. So I was fine, didn't feel too spooky, although I will say it was very, very windy, so that made all the trees were like creaking and stuff, so there were definitely a few times I had to like look over my shoulder to see what the noise was, but tree blowing in the wind. I did, however, catch on camera a little like what looked like a hooded figure. It looked like it could be a druid. So other people are like, oh, it's just a tent, but the ground was too like boggy, and like wasn't really a ground. It was like broken sticks and trees and stuff and grass, so I kept tripping over things. So definitely not a tent. There were like forestry stuff happening, so it could have been like a bit of tarpaulin from forestry stuff, but again, I don't know why they would leave it there, and it was really like, it was quite a big thing, so I don't know. I did not investigate it because I've seen too many horror movies where it's always the person that investigates. They see something scary and then they walk up to it and they're like, hello, why are you doing that? Walk the other direction. So I walked the other direction. And do I believe in ghosts? I do. I believe in anything that, like, if there's too many like dragons. How dragons appear in like lots of like history and stuff throughout the world, that I'm like, it's too much of a coincidence for me. I don't know. I always think there has to be some bit of truth, that probably dinosaurs were probably just dragons, and like fairies are probably just like butterflies and stuff, before people had like glasses. So people were just walking around with bad eyesight and thinking that they saw things, but that doesn't mean that they're not real. That like, why can't a butterfly be a fairy? I don't know. I've never asked a butterfly if it's a fairy or not. Hello, Michael. You've just missed. I remember you. I played it like 2 songs ago, so you just missed it. So yeah, so this song's called In the Quiet. I'm aware that the piano kind of is a bit quieter up this high, so I'm just going to play it a little bit lower. And I could rely on my memory for the lyrics, but as we've discovered today, my memory is not on my side. So let's just find the lyrics instead. This one is a very old song, so I have to go right back to the beginning of my notebook. It's like 4 years old, this song. In the quiet of the night, the devil lives in the moonlight. He whispers lies into my ear, but he can always A taste of blood upon my tongue. No, I'm not right, there's something wrong. I've got to get away from here. You can always smell the fear. In shadows deep, in corners creep, I shut my eyes but get no sleep. That feeling grows inside my chest. I know that he'll never stop or rest. I've got to fight, I've got to flee. I know that he will come for me. In the quiet of the night, it's time for me to say goodnight. I hope you enjoyed the updated version of this song, because this song I did record like 4 years ago, and I've always kind of like wanted to do more with the recording, so I re-recorded it, and I hope. Well, let me know. Do you prefer the old version that was just like very, very simple? Would you like the new version, or have you listened to neither? In which case, why? Why have you listened to neither? Running out of space to put anything here. This song is also very old, and this next one, I've had to dig out an even older notebook to find it. Again, someday I will tackle the epic task of putting all of my music on like a laptop or something where it would be safe, instead of all these notebooks that go everywhere. And yes, Mum is right, I have met a ghost. And the same ghost that my sister Alana saw in two separate occasions. And I remember him. He was like a farmer, and he was wearing a cloth cap, and he had no teeth, but he was trying to like say something. I remember him. I can see him. So yeah, I do believe in spirits and ghosts and things. Why not? Life's no fun without a little bit of magic. Okay, I'm going to play one more song. I know Daddy's desperate to hear Carrickfergus, but I have like one chance a year to play this one song. So I'll save Carrickfergus for another day, because this song just is a little out of place any other time of year. So, and it's one of my favorites. It's fun. And I believe it's like Frank's favorite as well, maybe. I know he always said that he liked this one. So I'll dedicate this one to Frank anyway. And thank everyone for coming today, for joining in to my little spooky sing-along. I hope it's put you in the mood for Halloween or Samhain or the Day of the Dead or All Souls Day? All Souls Day? All Saints Day? On Sunday? I forget. But whatever, or just in the mood for autumn. I hope you're having a nice autumn season, enjoying being cozy. Or if you're going to carve pumpkins or something like that, then maybe you'll put this live stream on again. And Or yeah, let me know what your plans are. So this song is actually called Halloween. The earth's a golden hue tonight, and the harvest moon's in the sky. It's a cold night, but the fireside warms a bright flame in your eye. And all around you'll hear the sound of a wild beast crying. Yes, the sparks fly as your fears ignite on the last night of October. In the forest dark and deep, no living soul does dwell, where the moon shines between the branches and we're all under its spell. The bones awake from their boggy bed at the witching hour, or the wind howls as the storm prowls on the last night of October. And if the old folk tales are true and the spirits come alive, then the night belongs to the foul ghouls and the demons will arise. When it strikes a clock, ghosts run amok round the bogwood fire. Yes, the black cats and the spooks ride on the last night of October. I must go down to the woods again on All Hallows Eve, with a lantern as my guardian to light the way I seek. And all I ask is a final glance at the dance macabre, with the devil and his demons to keep me company. Where the witches and the fairies are the last thing that I see, for the imp strikes and the vamp bites on the last night of October. Yeah, how often can I play that? Not very often. Thank you again for joining in today. I should be back again, whatever the date is. Not next Friday, but the Friday after that. The 8th, I'm going to say. The 8th of November. I should be back for then. And as always, thank you to everyone who supports me over on Ko-fi. I always forget listing them all. There's Michael and Mike and Jonathan and Ron and Adrian and Frank and Mum and Dad and Leith, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody else as well. But thank you all so much for supporting me over there and yeah, making these things possible, making it possible that yeah, I'm able to do this, to do it on StreamYard as well, which is the website that I use to stream to YouTube, and it makes a big difference because it helps keep the stream nice and smooth and smooth as it can go. But it does, where otherwise if it was on my computer it'd be like glitching and my computer couldn't cope with it. So so being able to do things like this is all thanks to those who support me on Ko-fi and for you guys for watching. So yeah, have a great Halloween, or just a nice week if you don't celebrate Halloween. Then just have a great weekend, and I will see you all again very soon.